you need a travel amp. But with so many options out there, you don't know which one to get. Have no fear, because today we're gonna review a budget brand portable practice amp that is probably gonna fix your predicament. Let's go. All right guys, welcome back to the Axe Guitar channel, your one-stop shop for tremolo tips and tricks and budget guitar gear. All right guys, I'm always on the market for a portable practice amp because, well, with my day job, I'm moving a lot, stay in a bunch of hotels, and I'd love to bring a guitar and jam. The thing is, when you're looking for a portable practice amp, you want it all, right? You want something that's small, something that sounds pretty good, and something that probably has a Bluetooth speaker so you can jam with like backing tracks and things like that. Now apparently, Cable-Free Guitar makes a practice amp that checks all those boxes, but is it too good to be true? So the company reached out to me to test out their TuneBoy. Get a look at that, TuneBoy. Cable-Free Guitar actually makes some of my favorite wireless transmitters and some strap locks, which are actually pretty sweet as well. So I have high expectations for the TuneBoy. Now, as you can see, this thing's pretty tiny, but let's take it out of the box and have a look. All right, let's pull this bad boy out of here. This thing's actually pretty small. What fell out there was, I believe, the charging cable. So you got one of those. Just make sure you have a block if you get one of these. All right, let's check it out. Man, this thing looks sweet. Black with gold dials. Whoa, look at that look there. Oh yeah. And this thing's ridiculously light. Wow. Now this thing's construction is mainly plastic. It does have the grippies on the bottom for wherever you want to put this when you jam out. And then it looks like it's got two speakers in there behind this mesh plastic stuff. And then the dials are actually really smooth. And oh, that's how you turn it on and off. Now stick around because we're actually going to do a demo on this bad boy. What I'm probably going to do is stick one of my Studio Mayono mics right up to the amp, jam out a little bit, try and get the best tone we can. But before we do that, let's get some specifications on this mobile practice amp. Now this thing is pretty small in size, and I like how it actually looks like an amp, you know. It weighs only 11.6 ounces, so you can really take this anywhere. Now this thing is pretty simple. It's got two dual channels, a clean and a distortion, and like an overdrive, which makes it easy. I mean, when you're on the road, you don't want anything too, complicated. Now, one of the shining features of the TuneBoy is that this is also a Bluetooth speaker. Now, the reason I say this is such a good feature is because the Bluetooth capability actually is separate from the guitar amp, meaning that you can run a song into this and use it as a backing track and actually control its volume independently of your actual guitar output. This will allow you to play at the level you want and match the sound of your backing track despite whatever recording level that song was originally recorded in. Now furthermore, this thing actually holds a charge for 6 hours, which is nice because, I mean, depending on how long you play, that's a good amount of time. And when you stop on the road or a hotel, I think 6 hours is good enough to just jam out. All right, some final features about this bad boy. It does have an aux cable in, so if you're not gonna use the Bluetooth feature, you can kind of directly hook up. And then it also has a headphone jack. Great, right? So you don't piss off the neighbors when you jam out. All right, and looking at the face of the TuneBoy practice amp, you have your Bluetooth button on and off, your Bluetooth volume, your power on and master volume, a tone knob, a clean and overdrive button, and then a gain knob to turn that up, and also an input. All right guys, and probably what you're most concerned about. This bad boy comes in at $69.99 on the Cable-Free Guitars website. Now wait, there's more. Because this is a travel amp and many of you will be taking it on the road like I do, there is an option to include a traveling case as well. It's kind of a hard shell case that actually protects this thing pretty good. When you open up this case, it actually has a pretty deep pocket for all of your things. And then the TuneBoy actually sits in there pretty snugly. Check it out. Looks nice and comfortable, doesn't it? Guys, you've seen enough of how this thing looks. Let's go into the demo. But as always, if you guys enjoy the content, please consider subscribing below so you don't miss any videos like this. All right, let's go. All right, so we got the TuneBoy set up here. Let's turn this bad boy on. It's really just the volume knob and you kind of hear it click. Put about half volume there. All right, so this is just clean in the bridge position. All right, so let's check out the overdrive pedal, add some gain, see how wild this thing can get. Well, we'll see how loud it can get too. All right, so just turn on the gain. You just hit this button there. Sounds pretty good, very Black Sabbath, kind of just like a muddy tone. Let's see if we can clean it up a little bit with the tone knobs and add some more gain and stuff. Bring the volume down just a touch. I like the tone, especially for a practice amp. Let's see what happens when we go, let's see what happens when we bottom out the tone. And when we turn the tone all the way up. Yeah, it takes away, if you turn it all the way up, it gets real thin. All right, and last but not least, let's check the neck pickup with the overdrive. Let's see if we add a little bit more gain, let's see. At least I think that's Little Wing. That sounds pretty good. I know it's a little more saturated and distorted than the real recording, but sounds pretty good for just a practice amp that you probably be playing around with in your hotel room. All right, last but not least, let's see if it can shred. All right, guys, overall, I do like the TuneBoy. This thing is pretty small, compact, and it did sound pretty good, and it got pretty loud. The Bluetooth feature is pretty clear. I like how you can jam with it and, you know, control the Bluetooth audio separate and your guitar output. That's really nice to really match the recording level of the original song. One thing that I think would add to the cable-free guitar TuneBoy is adding an output that you could go directly to a DAW, like interface into a DAW. So, you know, if you're on the road, you get creative, you can lay it on a track and use it for that. The TuneBoy isn't meant to totally replace your entire guitar signal chain or your half stack, but this thing is really nice for when you're in the living room, super lazy, don't want to get up and set up your whole thing, and you just want to jam, you know, and just learn a Nuno Betancourt solo. Another thing, summer's coming up, you can take this on the beach, out to the lake, jam out, and, you know, be the life of the party. All right, guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you liked it. Consider subscribing below, but don't forget to follow me on Instagram @NickAxeGuitar. All right, guys, later.